Hello and welcome to the 5-Minute Film Club. This week it's the turn of 1955's heist classic Rififi, directed by Jules Dassin. In it we see a gang attempt to rob a jeweller's in the most elaborate and clever way. Rififi is one of the earliest heist films and differentiates itself from previous crime films by putting the robbery centre stage. The sequence itself, arriving in the middle of the film, takes up half an hour of screen time and has no dialogue or music. And Rififi's hallmarks can clearly be seen in virtually every other heist movie, from Ocean's 11 and its remake, and even in last year's Ant-Man. Director Jules Dassin was born and raised in America, and by the late 1940s he had created several highly regarded, gritty noir films. However, his promising Hollywood career was cut short by the arrival of the Red Menace. America was terrified about communists in the 1940s and 50s, and several high-up politicians actually genuinely believed that there was a communist under every single bed. Figuratively speaking, of course. Actually, no. Not figuratively speaking. And in the late 1940s, they started to blacklist Hollywood. Anybody affiliated with the Communist Party USA or had sympathies with their beliefs were blacklisted. They couldn't work. The problem would only get worse in a few years, but as Jules Dassin had previously been a member of the Communist Party USA, but had actually left during the Second World War over the Stalin-Hitler pact, but nevertheless, he had to leave. He wasn't allowed to direct, edit, or even show up on a production lot. Left with no other option, he set off for Europe. But anyway, okay, history lesson over, let's get back to the film. Straight off the bat, this film really does lay the groundwork for the heist genre, even down to the types of characters that the main gang is made up of. We have the old thief down on his luck, who really shouldn't be taking on a job like this, the young hothead, the exuberant comic relief, and the smart, eccentric member who has the tech know-how. With this rough and ready group, we get to see them meticulously plot out the job, monitoring the movements of the police, to gaining entry into the back office to scope out the safe. It's all pretty textbook. However, I think this is 1955, and audiences hadn't seen a crime like this laid out so bare. In fact, many actual real-life crimes have been copycats of the ones seen in Rififi. In Dassin's hands, this film plays like a charm. The scenes move at a pace without ever really outstaying their welcome, but they also actually contain quite a lot of extreme long shots. He opts to actually move the camera rather than cut away and perhaps lose all the tension, and that actual heist sequence shows somebody realising their vision. Now, it wasn't actually in the original script, but he seemed to know that this is exactly what the film needed. This half-an-hour silent break-in shows Dassin using all sorts of tricks in order to keep the audience entertained. We have interesting camera angles, framing. There's one excellent moment where they're looking through the hole in the ceiling. There are also some good edit points. I mean, how do you show time passing? You just show people looking at their watch, or perhaps just a clock in the corner. This one uses all of those. When they first enter the office, in the corner of the screen there is a clock, and we keep returning to the same clock. The camera comes out of a moment and goes into the clock, only to be superimposed with what's still going on back at the safe. And then we'll cut to a character lowering his wrist. And all of these elements are there just to try and keep us in the moment, not get us distracted by what's going on outside, wanting us to be part of the gang. Heist films only grew in popularity after Rififi. In the 1960s, they were big box office smashes, but they also got a little campy. Rififi, on the other hand, is still a great caper, and one that still has some sharp teeth. Hello, thank you very much for watching. Please remember to subscribe, comment below, let me know what you thought. Rififi is actually on Netflix in the UK, that's how I managed to watch it, with its 2015 remaster with more explicit subtitles. apparently. Next week we'll be looking at Silent Running from 1972. Very excited about that one. So I will see you then. Goodbye.